Today on the channel, a special episode. We're going to review a Basecamp electric skateboard. I'm going to use this board to skate to my FPV spot.
Hey guys, I'm Rebecca. You have a chance to win this DJI FPV drone, the case, and 2 batteries. We're gonna choose one of the next 100,000 subscribers to be our lucky winner. So please subscribe, good luck, and happy FPV.
What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have something from a company called Basecamp, and they do have an Amazon store. I'll try to put the link down below. You can check out the link. I don't care if you buy it or you don't buy it, but this is all about just getting to my location today and taking our happy doggy out for a ride because she's 1 year old today. Happy FPV is 1 year old. So put some comments down below, like this video, and share it with a friend. I appreciate that for happy doggy. But she is going to come with us today with all the gear. I have the DJI Avata out as well. We're going to take that in my case. We're going to take the DJI FPV goggles, and this board has about a 10-mile range, so I should be fine skating to my spot. It also has kind of a shorter deck than some of the long boards, so if you're looking for a board that's kind of like short, stubby, and compact, this one kind of has like an old school skateboard deck type of design with like a snub nose, and it has a little bit of a kicktail on the back, which I really like. So some of the other skateboards that I've seen that are electric don't have a kicktail. They don't have hardly any concave to them, a little bit of concave a lot of times, but zero kicktail. So it does have oversized wheels on here. These are 85A Basecamp wheels. It's got the electric battery pack on the bottom. It has a single motor in the very back for that kind of slow, chill ride. And you can also, if the battery dies, you can still kick push this one, which is super cool. So kick push it like a regular skateboard if you run out of battery. This one's much lighter, carried into a store. It has an extended front truck, and I didn't have any problems with wheel bite on this one, so I never used the skate key. But again, I'm about 160 pounds. If you're over 200 pounds, you want to use the skate tool that came with it to tighten up the trucks before you go out for your first ride. Now you also get an AC wall charger. Plug it into a US outlet for 110 and charge it right on the side right here. There's a little spot that opens and closes. Put that charger in there and it charges under 3 hours time for a full charge and a 10-mile ride. It also came with kind of a nose protector that I put on the front of the board, and that's nice if you come up to a curb or a sidewalk, if you curb it, or if your kid takes it off across the street like mine have done and slammed it into a curb using the throttle. So the remote itself has an internal battery, 4-speed modes on there, and it has a reverse function, which I never use because the reverse function will pretty much throw you off the board. It'll come to a slow stop, and then all of a sudden you're like, what the hell's going on? You don't realize you pushed the reverse, but all of a sudden it starts going the other direction. Immediately throws you off the board. So I wish China would stop putting reverse on electric skateboards. We don't need that unless you're gonna ride this thing backwards, but I don't know why the hell you would. It has a power button, acceleration on this little wheel right here at the top, and a brake in the very pulling it back will bring the board slowly to a stop. And it actually does work going down a hill. I wouldn't say honestly that this one has a lot of uphill capability to it with that one motor. I'm 160 pounds and about a 10% grade. This thing was going super slow uphill. So if you live in an area where it's kind of reasonably flat, this board is fun. But for hills and things like that, the Basecamp board is not for hills. So if you live in Portland, where there's a lot of hills and stuff like that, Oregon or Washington, forget it. Flat skating only with this one. But I like the fact that it is really maneuverable. It's easy to skate with, and Happy Doggy seems to not mind it as well. So if you have a dog, you want to take your dog on a leash ride with your electric skateboard, give your dog some exercise and just enjoy the scenery while you carve back and forth and skate. I like this board for that, and it's a $300 price point. It's not super expensive. It's one of the cheaper boards, but I'm a little bit partial to Basecamp, the name, because I believe that there's an Oregon beer, an IPA called Basecamp as well. Maybe it's Washington, but I'm pretty sure that I've heard of Basecamp before. So I'm no stranger to Basecamp when it comes to drinking IPAs here in Oregon, man. But that's our jam. So let's go out now with all the gear and happy doggy. Let's bring the DJI Avata along to get to my FPV spot for today and see what the Basecamp board's got. And hopefully it doesn't break us down 2 miles down the trail and leave us walking and going for a kick push. So let's go out now and let's skate. Let's get in the van together and ride out to the path and see how this little shorty stubby board does. 300 bucks, not bad. Let's go skate. Here we go. All right, guys, I'm gonna ride along with you here in this review. I'm just gonna talk about some of the characteristics of the board. First up, it's not a fast board by any means. So like I said, if you have kids or you want to just chill, this thing will literally do 2 to 3 miles per hour, almost walking speed in mode 1. You can go to mode 2 and get like 3 to 4 to 5 miles per hour. Mode 3 will get you up to about 6 to 7 miles per hour. And mode 4 will get you all the way up to about 10 miles per hour max on like a flat surface. So the lower gear didn't seem to want to get me uphill on like more than a 10% grade. And here, like, it's a little bit of an incline right here along the trail, and it's like almost crawling up this hill. So for flat ground, absolutely fine. Like, you know, get going 10 miles per hour, but it's also kind of a good board if you have kids or a small dog. Especially Happy can keep up with me today. She's not struggling to keep up. Anything around a 20 mile per hour board and a dog this size, I just wouldn't be able to bring the dog along on this review. So it was her birthday, and I'm happy that we were able to get Happy out there for her afternoon run and get her outside today. It's beautiful, and I feel like, you know, another couple weeks and this review would probably be pretty hard to do because it starts raining in the Pacific Northwest, and the boards get wet, and they're not, I don't really suggest getting your board wet. I never ride my e-boards in the rain. I always pick a day like this one where it's just absolutely sunny and gorgeous and kind of gives me that surfy feeling. This board is not so short. Also, like, some advice for people buying a skateboard. If you've never had an electric skateboard, buy a longboard first and then move to a shorter style board deck like this one next. I don't really recommend anything under 29 inches, mainly because what happens is if you hit something like a little rock or something and you get pitched forward, your center of gravity is so tight because your feet are shorter and closer together for your stance, and that makes you fly swatter to the ground easier. So the wider you have your legs in the stance, the better on just about any type of e-board that you're riding. And kind of leaning into it a little bit as you take off will give you a lot more stability, and then easing off as you get going, and try to put more weight on the back foot. Now that's kind of hard to get used to, but once you do, you kind of get the gist of riding e-boards. They're different than regular skateboards, and like a friend of mine told me, they're not skateboards, they're vehicles. They're small vehicles. So unlike me today, this video, wear a helmet for sure, and you'll have a ton of fun with it. But I appreciate hanging out with this review, me and Happy Dog on her birthday today, and checking out the Basecamp board. It's super cool, and I love the design. I like the grip tape. I like the fact that there's an IPA called Basecamp as well. So super cool. I'm glad to have this board, and for a 10-mile range, who cares? 300 bucks. It's fun. So I appreciate them. Send it to me. You can check it out in the link down below. I'll see you on the next one.